Oh, misty eye of the mountain below, keep careful watch of my brother's souls. And should the sky be filled with fire and smoke, keep watching over during suns.
Hey there nation, welcome to the show where we help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander CheapSkate, and we are back with our very last episode of An Axe to Grind. This is our series of videos that is dedicated to the building as well as showcasing of our Warhammer Fantasy Battle Dwarf Army. And as you can see in this picture right here, as you can see in this video, this army is fully, completely done. This is a 3,000 to 3,500 point army, depending how you want to kit it out. It is a massive undertaking and it is fully completed after about, I would say about 3 months of work. If we were to take all the time and add it back to back together, definitely 3 months of work. As you can see, all the infantry units are fully painted as well as the war machines, and we're going to talk about exactly what this army consists of and the design concepts that we have behind it. So come along with me as we talk about this army. And once again, this video is dedicated to the Boston crew. That is Sister Sarale, Warlord Ace, Brother Grimm, as well as Lady Domina. The reason why this army is dedicated to the Boston crew is because my friends and I went on an awesome trip to Boston a couple of years ago, and they bought a majority of this army for me as a gift during that trip, and so now I'm paying homage to them by showing them exactly how it came out. So that being said, let's go and talk about this army and talk about the design scheme behind it. Alright, narratively speaking, this army is called the Feldhold Nations. The idea behind this army as a design concept is that this army was of course put together from fallen clans from different nations throughout the Dwarven Empire. Anyone who knows anything about dwarves narratively when it comes to Warhammer Fantasy Battle, the Dwarves Empire has collapsed to only a fraction of its original size. So a lot of holds, a lot of kingdoms, a lot of different nations that were controlled by the dwarves have of course fallen apart, and a lot of the people have become refugees, scattering to the various different strongholds that are left and swearing the allegiances to the lords who rule there in order for protection. So the idea behind this army is that this army is on a crusade to take back the lost holds that they lost. And the very first unit, of course, is this huge unit of 40 dwarf warriors. This is called Clan Roadsulker, the Cursed Company. It is led by the character on shield bearers that is Ivar Bodison, the Lord of Fallen Holds. Right next to him, of course, on the very far right hand side here, that is Ragnar the Spellbreaker. He is a Ruinsmith. Also in this unit as well is our battle standard bearer. He's the guy who's carrying the giant banner with the runic B on it. His name is Yorick Shattershield, the Chosen of Grugny. And of course, right over here on the right hand side here we have a Dwarf Slayer character. Now I know that Slayers are supposed to be part of units. Generally speaking, I just normally run him as a unit filler for this unit. But if I was ever run him as a Slayer by himself, his name would be Rorik the Dread, and he'd be a Slayer character that I would use for like challenges and different things of that nature. Over here on the right hand side we have the Clan Greymane, the Chosen of Valyaya. This is a unit of 20 Longbeards / hammers. I plan on running them as hammers primarily because, you know, they got really good stats and stuff, and they're armed with double-handed axes, because I've talked about in previous videos the kind of issues I have with hammers in general. But I do run them as hammers is what I usually run them as, or I can run them as Longbeards if I had to as well. Leading that unit over here on the right hand side, that character name is Torstick Blackbriar. He is also a Ruinsmith as well. Over here on the right hand side, with the next infantry unit over here on the right hand side, this is Bugman's Rangers. It is led by the special character Joseph Bugman as well. We've talked about this unit and the blue color that goes with them. I could also run these guys as Longbeards if I wanted to, or maybe as other Dwarf Warriors if I wanted to. It just kind of depends on the situation as well. So now that we're done with this front rank of troops, we'll then concentrate on the second rank of troops next, which talks about the guys armed with the missile weapons. Alright, so let's go and talk about our second unit, of course, on the second rank. On the left-hand side, that is Clan Hellhind, the Fallen of the Dragonbacks. It is a unit of 18 handgunners, and leading that unit, of course, is the special character Grimm, Warlock's son, who is also an engineer character as well. In the back left corner, that is the Decemberist of Winter's Pass, which is my army's organ gun from a clan called Clan L. They're the War Machine crews. And right next on the right-hand side is Crimson Death, which is the flame cannon, which is also a rare choice for this army as well. It's also from the Clan de Veld. In the center is the newest addition to my army. That is a gyro bomber. That unit is called Eric the Red Baron of Skyhammer is his name. So the helicopter itself is called the Skyhammer. But the character who's flying, his name is Eric the Red. He's supposed to be like the lone pilot in this group because gyro bombers are awesome. As you can see, I went kind of like a bitonal look. Let me go ahead and just turn this real fast so you can see it better. So as you can see here, I went for kind of like a two-tone look on it. I have crimson on the top as well as kind of like off-white, ivory white on the bottom as well. Gyro bombers are extremely cool and they have really good rules as well. So I'm really excited the way that this kind of turned out. So it's the flying machine that I have in my army. And finally, on the right-hand side, that is Clan Izmir, the Vengeful Ones. And that, of course, is my quarrelers for this unit. I got 18 of those guys as well. In the back, on the left-hand side, that is called the Sorrows of Eld, which is my cannon. And right next to it is the Rememberer, which is my grudge thrower. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this one, you guys. This is pretty much the entire army in its entirety. Let me go ahead and zoom out real quick so you guys can see a better shot of it. Alright, so there it is. That's the entire Dwarf Army, the Fellhole Nations, all 3,000 points, fully assembled, fully painted, fully based, as well as movement trays and everything as well. And just like once again, I want to dedicate this video to the Boston crew because my 4 friends bought a vast majority of this army for me on that Boston trip. And that is the reason why the huge unit there in the center, the huge unit of infantry is painted like the Boston Red Sox. It's also why they're called Clan Rotsokker, because Rotsokker in Norwegian basically means Red Sox. And that's why we got the big runic B. It's kind of like the Boston B for the Boston Red Sox because our friends are also Red Sox fans. So yeah, this was an awesome trip. It took about 3 months of work if I was to take all the time that I painted this army and add it all together. It took about 3 months to get it done. Majority of it got finished up in the months of December of 2018 as well as January 2019. That's where I finished up this army. So it was an awesome trip. I just love the color schemes, how they came out. It's a really brightly colored army, even though they're dwarves. Yes, there's a lot of metal paints going on, but I use different colors, metals besides just silver. I use a lot of silver, a lot of gold, a lot of bronze. I used a lot of bronze as well as a lot of copper in this army to kind of offset the color tones. I also use different colors to distinguish the different units and the different clans. So I'm really happy with the way the bright umbrella color came out as well. And now this army is ready to go and to be used in its entirety on future battle reports, which is always a good thing because ever since I used painted miniatures in my battle reports, I just can't go back. I can't go back to using unpainted miniatures for battle reports. So that's going to do it for this one, you guys. As always, please feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe. Your guys' input is invaluable to us as always. Also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Google+, as well as blogger.com for all the latest and greatest news about the hobby. That's going to do it for this one, you guys. You guys stay classy. Peace out, you guys. Catch you on the next one.